The Department of Justice, I'm holding in my hands right now. This is if you're watching on Facebook and Periscope, this is the government motion to dismiss the criminal charges that they were prosecuting. So they're saying dismiss it because of the information that we had was faulty and what we did to Michael Flynn was wrong, that what Michael Flynn was talking about and brought up on charges was immaterial, so not material, not important, and not linked to any actual investigation.
He said there was not a basis of a counterintelligence investigation to be going on in the facts and circumstances that existed at that time.
Adam Schiff, after that pressure from Rick Grenell, would finally release the transcripts. Of course, he's blaming the White House for the delay, but remember, last week we were reporting to you that he was holding on to 10 of those transcripts and not letting the Director of National Intelligence team go through the declassification process on those 10 transcripts. So how could they release all of them at the same time? And by the way, those included, we now have from Trump officials and Obama officials. Let me read one for you before we get to the Mike Flynn matter. Former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper testified under oath, quote, this is all before Bob Mueller was appointed. I never saw any direct empirical evidence that the Trump campaign or someone in it was plotting or conspiring with the Russians to meddle with the election.
From 2017 until today, what has been one of the most often repeated lines by Chairman Schiff in front of the cameras. He has very frequently, Jordan played one of them a minute ago, he has very frequently said, I have breaking news for you. I have in my possession direct evidence of a collusion or a crime, but I can't share it with you. Wait until the transcripts come out.
Wait until you hear from the whistleblower. Oh, yeah, wait, I'm not going to let you hear from the whistleblower. The transcripts that Adam Schiff, this all ties into that too. The 53 transcripts were released a few hours after this news about Michael Flynn. Oh, Adam Schiff did fold, and he didn't take weeks to do it like he was first reporting. He took a day or two after the Rick Grenell letter saying, I'll release these. And we find out in there that Sally Yates and Jim Comey, guess who they were briefing about taking down Michael Flynn? Barack Obama in the Oval Office. So the Obama White House, at the end of the days of their term, we're still plotting on how to take down who would be the top people for the incoming Trump administration because of, Dad, you said it a number of times during the impeachment argument and before the U.S. Senate, the trial, that this was about policy and it had nothing to do with crimes, criminality. It was about policy disputes.
They did not like the direction in which the president was going to take the country. So what did? They go after the people the president was appointing.
Let me tell you, I think it is absolutely pouring in Adam Schiff's world because you look at the totality of what was released today, and we're still going through it, thousands and thousands of pages, but what you have is a consensus. You have a consensus among anti-Trump government officials that there was no collusion. I mean, Andy McCabe, James Clapper, Sally Yates, Loretta Lynch, Evelyn Farkas, Susan Rice, Ben Rhodes, on down the line you go, Jordan. They all say the same thing. They didn't see any evidence. So I would tell you this. I've said on this broadcast many times, why did Peter Strzok have the audacity to overturn the conclusion from the Washington field office in the General Flynn matter? I said it was because Director Comey was behaving the same way. Jordan, I think I undersold that because now we know conclusively from Sally Yates and Mary McCord and others that James Comey wasn't the end of the line here. It went all the way to the White House. That has now been confirmed.
What Bob Mueller allowed to happen under his watch, under his authority, should never, ever happen again in the United States.